Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. This is Jay Wendell. We are at Rock on the Range, and I'm here with Johnny of Neverwake. How are you doing today?
Good. How you doing?
I am glad that they didn't keep us over there. Well, let's see here. As soon as I got here today, they evacuated the stadium and had us go back under the rafters where there was as much protection as they could offer, and weren't letting anybody in, obviously.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, it was pretty crazy on the way in here. There was a lot of traffic and stuff, but weirdly we snuck our way in and got in really quick, so we're happy about that. I know how hectic this gets. This is one of the biggest festivals and big rock festivals.
This is almost the quintessential one for pretty much the east of the U.S. I mean, there's other festivals that have come up, but this is the one that is always probably the most prominent. So
yeah, when we played Carolina Rebellion, we were talking to some of the bands, and we were saying, what's the biggest festival that you guys look forward to? Without a doubt, everyone was like, Rock on the Range.
Right.
Rock on the Range, Columbus. And we were like, wow.
And it's the 12th year now, so have you been to Rock on the Range before?
Oh, yeah, many times.
Okay.
Many times. I watched Guns N' Roses here, and I didn't even know until the next day that it was only Axl Rose.
Right. Oh, yeah. Well, they played, so in the last few years they've played twice, because well, all right, Axl Rose and some guys played once, and then actual Guns N' Roses played once.
It was a little bit blurry, you know.
Right,
I had a little bit too many $11 beers.
Right. So, you guys have upcoming show over at Metal in the Mountains, correct?
Yes, we do.
So, now let's see. I know Mushroom Head's. So Mushroom Head's one of the main. Which of course is an Ohio staple. Really, if you live in Ohio, you know who Mushroom Head is, because this is their area. But so how? Oh hell. I had a good question in my mind about that, but no. So
well, we're excited to play, and we're excited to play at Pipestem because West Virginia is one of those places that doesn't get a lot of metal clout. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's West Virginia. Everyone's got to stereotype it as oh, country, redneck, blah blah blah. But where we're from is technically the tri-state area.
Right.
You get to Ohio, you get to Pittsburgh, you get to all through West Virginia, and there's a lot of hidden, talents, and there's a lot of people that like certain things, and people want to say metal's dead in certain areas, but it's not. And if it just gets out to those areas, you'll find who will come out to the shows. So we're excited to get down there and actually get in front of those fans, because we know that people are probably begging for that. They don't have a lot of that down there, so we're excited.
Well, it's been nice to actually see metal. Metal's kind of making a resurgence in the area too, because it wasn't always so big around here. Cincy's becoming a hotbed for metal lately. Actually, a lot of good power metal, death metal, black metal that I've seen coming out of Cincinnati of all places. But there's some great bands coming up around. So
it's metal today. It's just one of those things that I'm happy to be a part of it, because it's something that's never shied away from being who you are, and you really and everyone's getting their chance to shine too.
Right.
And it's not oh, you got to be radio friendly to be on here and you know whatever. It's all about being who you are, and everyone is recognizing that originality and that importance of being yourself and doing what you love, and people recognizing that. So I'm excited to be a part of the whole scene, man.
So, how was Carolina Rebellion for you guys?
Oh my God, Carolina Rebellion was very nice. The first thing that we noticed that was completely different than any other venue that we played was as soon as we got there, we pulled up and 9 dudes came out and just started taking stuff out of our trailer. And usually it's we're breaking our backs with 4 different,
you're loading your shit in, you're taking your shit out.
Exactly. So we're oh, that has it. They're dude, don't worry about it. We got it. And they set everything up as if we had it mapped out, blueprinted for them. And I was like, what the hell? So that was nice.
Right.
And they were like, dude, just relax, chill, and have a good time. And everybody was super accommodating. And I can understand how everybody loves these festivals.
Right.
You talk to any of the other bands, any of the bigger bands, these are the behind the stage, they're literally running around like kids in a candy shop because they love this. It's just they don't, these Loudest Month festivals, they don't get these a lot. And it's fun for them, and it's to talk to the other bands and have some fun and chill out. So it's really exciting. So it was nice to see that too. So
You get to meet anybody you were excited about while you're there?
Well, we actually we met Islander, and we were back there with a couple dudes from Korn. We were a couple dudes. There was Sammy Hagar was back there.
Okay.
Which the dude can drink like insane, but it's not like back there. He showed us. He was on stage with a bottle of vodka. It was like finished by the time he was. It kicked ass too. It was so cool. I was like, I have no idea how you can do that. I can't even. Like when my manager gives me a shot of Jack, I'm like, please no. I'm about to go on. I'm gonna flub this lead so bad.
Right.
But yeah. I mean, I guess that requires training. But
many years of training for him, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, many years.
Honestly, I think the whole Van Halen lifestyle, there was a lot of training and how much you could drink and how quick of a succession.
I was like, I remember it was actually my engineer, Mike Ofka. He showed me a video of like, it was like back in the day. It was like, what is that album that Ozzy put together? He had all those guitar players come in and like play on. It's Stars something. I can't remember what it's called exactly, but there's a documentary on it. And it was just the 80s. It was literally, if you put 80s into a can,
right.
It was that. And like, those guys are back there, and they're looking at the camera, and they're shredding a friggin' lead, and it's like, just so like loose and stuff.
Right.
And all I was like, how much cocaine is back there right now? Like, there's so much energy, and like, how I couldn't do that. Like, I have to be totally like ready and like free of anything besides coffee when I get on stage. So.
Right.
But. Oh yeah.
So are you gonna be here tomorrow too, or is it just today?
Just today, actually. So we got a really important thing coming up. We're going back in the studio, it's Tuesday. John Moyer from Disturbed is coming in,
okay.
And he's producing our next EP.
Really?
So yeah, and he actually produced the last one. We, became really good friends with him through our manager, Atomic Cowboy Productions. And we were really excited to work with him. Great guy, super hard worker, and we were happy that, everything that he did for the first EP that he worked with us on. So we were like, listen, we got a lot of new material, a little bit darker, a little bit heavier, and actually every song is on a 7-string, so deeper, so it's pretty cool. And we're excited to get back in there, but I got to get some rest, to be honest. I got to go home. I got to get some rest. We just had a show in Erie last night.
Right, I know you said that you guys basically had your show last night, drove in here this morning. And then
oh, yeah, late show, too. We started at 1, so.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
wow.
I went to bed at 2:30, like soaking in my own sweat. Sorry to the maid who had to clean that up. But yeah, we we had that show. Yeah, exactly. But we had that show, and then we had to come here, and I was like, listen, I would love to chill out at Rock of the Range, but got to be prepared. Got to rest my voice and really get in there. We're actually doing some dry tracking, so it's kind of cool. He's gonna come to my house, hang out with the family, eat some pasta.
Oh, that'll be cool.
Oh, I know. I always say that it's the coolest thing ever because I remember going to the mall with my parents when I was little. I always tell this story. So I'm going to the mall with my parents. My dad drops my mom off at the beginning of the mall.
Okay.
And he's like, all right, we'll go park the car.
Right.
So we're parking the car, and this Disturbed song comes on, and I'm sitting in the back seat. I'm like this little kid, and
right.
I'm tapping my whatever. And then my dad's like, this song's pretty awesome, right? And he just starts blaring it. I'm like, hell yeah, it's really cool. And then all of a sudden, he's at my dinner table. The bass player for Disturbed is at my dinner table, eating and drinking wine with my family. And I was like, what the hell happened?
There are so many of those moments where it's like, you realize, there's points where you don't necessarily think about it because it's in the moment as it is. But then there's those points where you look at it, it's like, Jesus, young me would be so jealous of me.
Yes, exactly. Young me was sitting at the, I've seen Disturbed so many times, and never once was I like, yeah, I'm going to be in my living room one day playing video games while he's just chilling there. And,
Right.
and it's, we're going to have some times where we're taking a day off when he comes in, and we're having a barbecue, Memorial Day barbecue, so we can just chill out and stuff. So that's going to be cool. Just,
Well, it'll be nice to actually just sort of loosen up, get relaxed. And honestly, it's a lot easier to put together good stuff when you're in when you're in a chilled out mindset, essentially.
Oh,
so.
for sure, for sure. I mean, the last thing that you want to be is like stressed out, because then you're thinking too much, and then you're worried about getting shit done. And
Right. Well, on top of that too, it's nice to be able to have like somebody who you can actually hang out with and everything, like, because connection. You want to work with people that you can already connect with in the first
Exactly.
place. So, because otherwise you're not going to get the same stuff out of it. You
Nope.
just won't. So,
no, you can't work with somebody who wants to turn you into like, if you're trying to be, Iron Maiden, and someone you're working with wants to turn you into Bruce Springsteen.
Right.
You can't work like that.
No.
You can't work in that. They have to understand your passion, where you're going, and where you've been, and that's what's nice about John. He's like, I listen to the whole catalog. I see where you've been. I know where you're at now. I know where you're going, where you're trying to be.
Right.
So that's nice for people to get to know you, because if not, some people, we work with some engineers that aren't necessarily producers, but they have their own mindset on who they are and, what product they can turn. And sometimes, unfortunately, you're at the mercy of them.
Right.
And you have to have somebody there that can help guide you through that.
Right.
So,
anything? So obviously working on the new EP and everything like that. Do you guys have any other plans other than Metal in the Mountains coming up?
we're playing with a couple nationals. We're playing with Act of Defiance in July.
Okay.
So they're members of Shadows Fall and Megadeth. So really, really happy about that. We're going to be in Pittsburgh for that one. Yeah. To be honest, we're working on a music video right after this. We have a single that's going to be out in August.
Okay.
And we're trying to make sure that everything is lined up and ready for release whenever the time comes. We really want to release it kind of like 2 singles before this happens, the actual EP. But it all depends on how it works out.
Gotcha.
We're very busy, and we always say like, oh yeah, this is the deadline, and sorry guys, we're a year late.
I don't think anybody ever realizes how much work you put into actually making a successful band.
Dude.
The amount of, everybody's like, oh, you're out drinking and partying and then playing. It's like, no, that's...
No. We have no time for that. We have no time or money for that, okay?
Right.
And honestly, there's just no way to get where you need to be if that's what your focus is.
Right.
It's all, you got to run your band as a business, man. That's the way it is. That's the way it has to be today. It's a lot harder, but it's still fun. If you have the passion, then you can do it. That's what it's about.
So, anything you want to say to the fans out there?
Hey, I'm glad that you guys are listening to Neverwake. I hope that you enjoy everything that we've done and everything that we're going to release so far. Stay tuned for some updates. We're going to have an album out, and probably by the end of the year, we're going to have a single out, definitely, with a music video, and something you guys are really going to like, something you could sing along to. We're really excited for it. Everybody's really excited for it, so, but there's definitely going to be some stuff on there that you can really bang your head to, so we're happy, and we hope that you guys will reach out whenever you hear it.
All right, well, thank you very, very much. Once again, guys, this is Johnny from Neverwake.
Thanks, man.
Hope you enjoy the rest of the festival.
Oh, yeah.
All right.
All right.
Signing off.